K-pop, J-pop, anime soundtracks. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you guys know I've said those words plenty because those are the music that I listen to the most. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys a few IEMs that I love to listen to those genres on. Hey friends, Timmy here, welcome back to another video on Giz Audio. As you guys may know, I am one of the biggest weeb out there. I listen to a lot of J-pop, K-pop, mostly female singers. I listen to anime soundtracks. I watch a lot of anime. I just consume these weeb type content unapologetically. I love them and I have no shame about loving them. You can say whatever you want about me, but that's my taste. So let's start out with a list, shall we? We're gonna start out with the cheapest one and build our way up to the more expensive one. Sorry to interrupt this video with a giveaway. Yeah, today we're giving away IGO OH2 Valentine's Day edition, seeing that it is Valentine's Day, you know, Day of Love. To enter this giveaway, of course, you have to be subscribed to this channel and comment down below one of your most favorite love-related songs. After that, check the link in the description for further details. Good luck. The first one is the legendary Aria. At this point, this thing really needs no introduction. It has really fun mid-bass onto a natural mid-range and a really energetic upper mid-range and a decent treble. And of course, it also has a decently wide stage for the price as well. This is really good for female vocals especially because female vocals really require you to have really nice upper mid-range and treble strength and a really clean lower mids in general. And with K-pop, J-pop having a lot of bass, it needs really good mid-bass. And the Aria just fits that profile almost to a T. And at $79, it's also one of the most detailed IEMs you can grab. A king for a reason. I'm not gonna talk any more about it, just grab it. If you have $100, Aria is the best you can grab for this genre and for a variety of other genres as well. Next up, coming in at $100, Tinty 4. Buy this over Aria if you want extra vocal energy. This thing does female vocals so well. Come across so beautiful, energetic, and sparkly. It does it better than the Aria. One caveat is that the bass on the Tinty 4 is not as fun as the bass on the Aria, so there's that trade-off there. But if you're listening to K-pop, J-pop, and anime soundtrack mainly for the vocalist, then the Tinty 4 is my recommendation. If you listen to those songs for a more balanced or a bassy reason, I would go with the Aria. But yeah, Tinty 4, phenomenal IEM still, very old now, but still highly competitive in today's very competitive market. Kind of crazy, really. Jumping up to $179, we have the Hana 2021, and at the same time, I'm gonna talk about this one as well. Moondrop Kato at $10 more. Now, these two are similar. The Kato is gonna be more similar to the Aria than the Hana 2021. I've made videos at length on comparing these IEMs, so you can go back and watch that video for full detail. But essentially, the Hana has more energy in the upper mid-range and treble, giving vocals more room to shine, more energy, if you will, more sparkle, while the Kato is better in details and tighter in the bass. Overall, if I were to say which one is better, I'd say the Kato is overall better because it has just better resolvability in general. And of course, the tighter bass means more fun bass as opposed to the Hana. The bass is just as powerful, but it comes across slightly bit uncontrolled at times in comparison to the Kato. Both of these are great upgrades to the Aria. Again, if you love more vocals, I would go for the Hana. If you're listening for more bass, I would go with the Kato. Both of these highly competitive IEM, highly capable IEM, under $200. These are some of the best you can grab, period. If I were to pick between the two, I kind of like the Kato a little bit more. It's getting dark, so I'm gonna turn on the light. Ta-da! Next IEM, we're jumping up to 229 with 7 Hz timeless. Hi, this is Timmy from the future here. Before we jump into the timeless, I want to talk to you guys about the S12. Now, when I filmed this video initially, I haven't tried the S12 yet. Haven't tried that and also releasing a first impression video on it already. You guys can check it out, link below. It is a fantastic IEM for this genre. Its signature is very similar to the timeless, although a little bit brighter than the timeless. The technical performance is also a little bit lower than the timeless, but at the price of only $150, it is a no-brainer. Value king under $200. So if the timeless is too pricey, the Shure S12 is a fantastic alternative to it at a $70 discount. All right, that's it. Back to the timeless. Now this is slightly more V-shaped than the other IEMs that I presented, but it does it really well. It has incredible bass, it has incredible treble, and the mid-range is not too recessed to the point where vocalist doesn't come across natural. It still comes across natural enough to feel like it's not really too colored in any way, which is nice. I love natural feeling vocals, and this does deliver that to an extent. What is super impressive about it is the detail. For the price, $229, this is the most resolving IEM you can grab, period. This is as resolving as IEMs in the $500, $600, $700 territory, making the timeless one of the best bang for buck IEMs out there on the market right now, barring maybe the Aria and also the Edomatics, the ER2, SE, and XR. The timeless lives in the same conversation as those IEMs when it comes to the value you get for your money. At $229, this thing is absolutely a steal. Back to the sound though, when it comes to this genre of music, this is pretty much near perfect. The bass is there, it's thumpy, it's fun, the technical performance is there, the energy in the upper mids and treble is also there. It's just everything you need to enjoy this genre to the fullest. And for the price, again, a killer deal. 2 IEMs left on the table here. We're gonna jump up to big boy, big money territory now. The first one here coming in at $520. Moondrop Variations. This has one caveat though. If you listen to a lot of male vocals, I would skip this one because male vocals especially can come across a bit thin due to how this is tuned. It has a really flat lower mid-range leading up to the mid-bass, so male vocals is not gonna sound as full or as rugged. So if you listen to male vocals, skip this. But if you listen to pretty much anything else, the variation is fantastic. The upper mid-range energy to the treble energy, and especially the air that it has, gives it a really wide feeling soundstage, and the phenomenal extension in the lower end as well. The sub bass is so strong, it's so rumbly. I love a lot about the variation. And when it comes to details and resolvability, this thing is so clean. Everything's so well separated. It feels like every nuance of the song has its own kind of pocket with a wall separating it from the other frequencies of sound. The bass, the mid-range, the treble area, the air, everything feels so clean and nicely separated. The detail retrieval on this is incredible. The variation lives up there with IEMs like Melody Mess 2 in terms of quality, the Clairvoyance from DA Audio, the Monarch from DA Audio. All those IEMs live in very similar area here with the variations. And that's saying a lot for the variations, because the variations is sometimes $200-300 cheaper in those IEMs, or a full $1,000 cheaper in the case of the Melody Mess 2. So yeah, variation is a monster, man. Try it out. But again, with that caveat, if you listen to a lot of male vocals, not the best one. Now, last but not least, for those of you who have unlimited budget, this one is simply the best when it comes to anything that requires a lot of bass and a lot of energy in the treble area. This is one of the best V-shaped IEM out there on the market today. Whether you're listening to K-pop, J-pop, anime soundtrack, any pop music in general, rap music, hip-hop music, this is the king. Sony IER C1R. The bass on this is the best in the world. You've heard this many times, not only from me, but from other creators as well. The bass here is godly, but what's not so talked about often is how well the treble is done. The treble details, especially how natural the extension from the mid-range to the treble is unbeatable. No other IEMs I know does treble as well as the C1R, in my personal opinion. Now, you do need to get the fit quite deep into your ears to get that level of treble or that naturalness of the treble. If not, then the treble is gonna come across quite sibilant. And for me, it actually took a while to get used to the big chill that these have and really try to get the perfect fit. But when you're able to get the fit just right, it sounds fantastic. The treble is so natural, so smooth, extends so well, and the bass is just a monster. One of the most fun bass you can grab, mid-bass, sub-bass. This thing is just the best, and for this genre, it is the king. Now that I mention it, of course, the biggest drawback to these is gonna be your shell size. It's gonna be way too big for some of you guys out there and painful, maybe just unusable for some of you. So if you have small ears, absolutely stay away from this one. And if you do have small ears, the alternative in-game to this would be the Anoli VX. I love the Anoli VX. You guys already know that. Highly detailed, really good bass, good treble. It is my favorite IEM right now. If you have smaller ears, definitely go for the Anoli VX. But if your ears can handle the monster that is the C1R, get the C1R. Godly bass, godly treble for K-pop, J-pop, and anime soundtrack. I can find no better than the C1R.